serious right now.
No, I'm being serious.
I don't want to hang out outside of work.
Why not?
I don't feel comfortable hanging out with you.
Why not? Why?
Dude, I said I don't feel comfortable. Like,
why? Just asking why.
Because I don't feel comfortable. Is that not enough of an answer?
No, I just want to know why you don't feel comfortable.
Well, because you just come off too strong, and I don't like it. I feel uncomfortable.
I understand. What if I don't do that anymore?
We're still gonna be coworkers, but not friends.
Well, do we just like be friends like outside of work?
No.
Why not?
There's no need for me to hang out with you outside of work.
Why?
I don't want to.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Why not?
Is this gonna be an issue?
No, I'm just asking.
I know, but I'm giving you an answer already.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
How ridiculous is that? She's saying multiple times just and it's a reasonable enough answer. Like, she doesn't have to even explain, and she's like, I just don't want to hang out with you outside of work. And you come off aggressive and all this other stuff. And all he kept on saying is, why? No. She doesn't want to hang out with you outside of work, and that was a sufficient enough answer. Hey YouTube, you have made your way back to Mind Your Mind with Just Justified. So you saw the thumbnail. Let's get started, because I'm sure you heard of fatal attraction. Well, we're not talking about that today. We are talking about fatal rejection. So now, our first video is this lady that went to the grocery store with her child and was approached by a gentleman, and she basically rejected him. And let's listen to her story time.
Rejected a guy in Kroger, and the security guard had to escort me outside for safety to my car. Story time. Real story. That just happened just now. I'm literally shaking. So if my word is mumbling, that's because I'm still trying to process what just happened to me. So I simply went to Kroger, minding my business, to go get some fruits and some veggies to prep my meal for me and my kids. And I noticed that there were two guys around just lurking. They really wasn't doing anything, but because I have my baby, my focus immediately start paying attention to their asses. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to be judging people. They might just be doing their own thing, but I'm still going to keep an eye. It is sad that we have to do this as women, but again, your intuition is never wrong. So don't ignore it when you feel like something is up. So
That's important. Like, you know, if you feel something, make sure you're on guard, because you never know. Not saying anything will happen necessarily, but, you know, in the world that we live in now, who knows?
while I was minding my business, picking up my fruits and stuff with my baby in the cart, one of the guys just kept passing my cart. And I was like, okay, this is weird, but he was picking up some bananas. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're fucking shopping. That's what I'm thinking. So as I left the fruit aisle to go pick up some yogurt, one of the guy pat me on my shoulder, and I turned around.
So that was one of the things. He tapped her on
Around. And well, I didn't know it was one of them, but when they pat me on my shoulder, I turned around and I noticed it was him. And I said, hi. And he said, hi. And he proceeded to ask me, where is the cocoa in the store? And I said, I don't know where is the cocoa. I don't know. And I was like, maybe you can ask somebody in the front. And he was like, so can I have your number? And I said, no, I'm sorry, you cannot have my number. And I started pushing my cart. And you know, when somebody pulled your shoulder, like, okay, you need to come back, I'm not done talking to you. That's exactly what he did.
So you're talking about touch number 2, especially after you've already been rejected. Why are you touching someone? Like, you're in their personal space. Why are you doing that?
So I said, excuse me, you don't touch me like that. You don't do that shit. Like, that is very disrespectful. Don't touch me. So I immediately just forget about the yogurt and everything, and I start pushing the cart towards the register. He proceeded to follow me to the register, like close to the register, and I was like, dude, what do you want? And he was like, I'm just asking you for your number. So the other guy I saw
Second time asking for her number after she already said no, and also following her.
coming towards us. And I was like, okay, this is not looking good. Let me just leave this shit inside of the grocery store and head to where the security guard is. So I told the security guard what was going on, and he was like, okay, I will escort you out in a minute. Just stay right here. So he walked up to the guys, and he was like, I don't know what he asked them, but they started laughing. And they was like, look at this mother effing clown trying to question me. That's exactly what they said to the guy, the security. So the security was like, okay, let me escort you out.
Now that's sad that it's like they woke up that day choosing to start something. Like, you know, here's this man, you know, coming to our defense per se, and now they turn on him and they start, you know, going at him pretty much.
And he was like, do you want any grocery? I said, no, I don't want any grocery because I just want to go home with my kid because I have my baby. So while he was taking me to my car, the guys, they walked out the store as well, and they started yelling at the security guard. They started calling out his name, and he was like, don't pay attention to them, because if they come at me, I will be able to protect you and your kid. And I'm so grateful for that security, because he didn't have to, but he did. I ended up being in the car safely, and I pulled off and I drove around a little bit before I had like come straight home, because I didn't want nobody to be following me, because I don't know if they was following me or not. But my thing is, why is it so hard for men to take rejection? When a woman says no, why is it so hard for you to respect that shit? Respect when a woman tell you no. It's a reason why she said no. She's just not interested. And for her to feel unsafe because she said no, it's crazy. Like, what happened to respecting people boundaries? What happened to respecting people, period? Why do I have to think about you taking my life because I said no? I just don't understand, y'all. So please, ladies, be safe out there. And men, start acting like men now, please. If a woman says no, respect that. Respect her no.
So it's really sad that, you know, she told them many times, no thank you, and like they persisted. Like, why is that okay? It's not. It's not okay. Unfortunately, this is what a lot of women face often. And you shouldn't have to feel unsafe, like so on heightened alert just to go to the grocery store. You know, it's sad. But then and then just to what makes things even worse is that she posts later because someone in her comment section basically blamed what she had on, not the men's behavior. They blamed what she had on. Check this out.
Said that if I wasn't wearing that dress, maybe I wouldn't attract those predators to try and take my baby and myself in the grocery store. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I was wearing that day, so you can tell me if it was appropriate or inappropriate, okay? Because I honestly feel like you, James, you are part of the problem. because what I wear shouldn't be an issue for anybody or give somebody the right to think that they can come and touch me or try and take me away. Okay?
And that's the problem. Like, for him to twist it to cast blame on her about her clothing, and she has to come and she feels like she has to like validate what she was wearing, because nothing that she wears, in a sense, is opening up for the disrespect and them passing her boundaries. So that's a problem. No matter what she wore. And she'll show you in a second what she wore, and it's not even something for it to be taken that way. But it's like unfortunate. It's like no matter what you do, sometimes you get blamed.
Okay? So I'm going to show you guys and let me know in the comments if this is not appropriate or if it is appropriate or I'm asking for somebody to touch me. But fun fact, let me tell you something, James. No one have the right to touch anybody, okay? Nope. It doesn't matter what the fuck they wear. You do not have the right to touch anybody. And not because I'm wearing something like this, that doesn't give anyone the right to come and try and take me and my child away. So let me show you guys. So this is the dress that I was wearing. This long
Like it's
dress,
long.
summer dress.
A summer dress.
It is literally long all the way down and cover my feet. So tell me, how does this dress, screaming and calling for attention, please tell me. I stand on what I said. And the only reason why I delete your comment because TikTok saying that our conversation was going against the guidelines and I did not want my video to be deleted. That's the only reason why I deleted your comments.
So it's really sad that, that's what she wore, and that's what the commenter thinks warranted men being disrespectful to her when she's just going to shop too with her child. Said it's unfortunate. So this next clip is really interesting as well. This one is a woman's interaction with her coworker.
Are you serious right now?
No, I'm being serious.
I don't want to hang out outside of work.
Why not?
I don't feel comfortable hanging out with you.
Why not? Why?
Dude, I said I don't feel comfortable. Like,
Why? Just asking why.
because I don't feel comfortable. Is that not enough of an answer?
No, I just want to know why you don't feel comfortable.
Well, because you just come off too strong, and I don't like it. I feel uncomfortable.
I understand. What if I don't do that anymore?
We're still gonna be coworkers, but not friends.
Well, till we just like be friends, like outside of work?
No,
Why not?
there's no need for me to hang out with you outside of work.
Why?
I don't want to.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Why not?
Is this gonna be an issue?
No, I'm just asking.
I know, but I'm giving you an answer already.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
How ridiculous is that? She's saying multiple times, just and it's a reasonable enough answer. Like, she doesn't have to even explain. And she's like, I just don't want to hang out with you outside of work. And you come off aggressive and all this other stuff. And all he kept on saying is, why? No. She doesn't want to hang out with you outside of work. And that was a sufficient enough answer. So the whole fact that he kept persisting when she told him plainly multiple times, that's where the problem lies. And then there's this one where woman left a bar and this guy's literally like all over the car, up against their window and all that stuff. Like, this is ridiculous right
This
here.
guy just flat out refuses to be rejected, going so far as to follow them to their car and then stare at them. But without further ado, let's just get right into the video.
No, I believe you 100%, but
Well, what's wrong with going home? If the Uber takes you home, you're safe.
I had a bad
Look at him leaning on the car.
I had a bad argument with my girlfriend.
a what?
A bad argument with my girlfriend.
Okay, well, we called
Like,
you.
I don't want to like go home to her because she's gonna be.
Oh, you guys live together?
Yeah. Like,
Well, then you can stay out for a minute.
she's gonna like try to like fuck me up. You know.
Okay,
She's
then you
like,
don't
"We're
need to go
back in jail."
home.
Like,
Back
she-
in jail?
Yeah. Like.
So you were in jail. And we're supposed to trust you immediately.
No, but like she's like put me in jail. You know.
Okay, I don't get what that means.
She put me in
Your
jail.
Uber, Jorge, is gonna be picking you up. You
No,
should
can I
go
tell you
on.
something?
Sure.
She put me in jail for like 2 days.
For what?
Okay, what'd you do?
It was domestic abuse.
So you hit her.
So far, there's absolutely nothing this guy is doing or saying that would make anyone feel even remotely safe near him, let alone safe enough to let him into your car and then in your house. Like, imagine following a couple strangers from the bar into an empty parking garage, telling them about your recent domestic abuse jail stint, and then expecting these complete strangers to willingly invite you over to their place. You know, there's no problem there, no red flags, just hop right in. From the sound of it, the person recording was also nice enough to call this guy an Uber when she had no obligation at all to do so, so just take the Uber and call it a night.
So what'd you do?
She had bruises on her from sex.
So you hit her. From
No,
what?
From sex.
Oh my god.
It was from sex.
Oh
I never hit her. I never closed it. I never
Okay.
hit her with closed hand. It was never
Your
closed hand.
Uber, Jorge, we called you, is gonna be here in 5 minutes. You should head
No, but
out.
I'm saying like I never hit her with a closed hand.
Okay.
It was closed.
With a closed hand. So with an open hand?
But I never.
Oh my god. Okay. Like I said, it was really nice meeting you, but we called you an Uber. We're not forcing you to get home drunk. Like, literally, you should head up before, like, I'm gonna have to call the cops. Because now it's, like, harassment. We called you an Uber. I appreciate the drinks. You should head up.
What should I do?
You should head up and find, like, Punch Bowl Social. They're in a red Ford Fusion. Go to them. Don't look at her. Like, what is she gonna do? I'm telling you no. This is my car. No, you okay, I don't know you. I don't care. I don't care. It's been like 20 minutes at this point. We called you an Uber. Please leave.
Here, probably.
They're almost here. Go find Jorge. Literally.
But I'm not about.
I don't care. I'm gonna get in the car. Please leave. Leave. Now.
Can I ask you something?
I don't care. Leave.
Why does this guy look like he's on the verge of tears? He looks like he's about to start crying. I don't know about you guys, but this is the moment when I'd be getting into the car and locking the doors, because when some drunk creep starts getting emotional, you don't know what's gonna happen. You'd be surprised.
I'm gonna get in the car. Please leave.
I'm surprised the two people recording this have even stayed there as long as they have, because you don't have to be this nice to some dude who follows you into an empty parking garage.
I don't give a fuck. It's gonna escalate. Leave. Leave right now. I'm getting in the car. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You're making it worse. Leave. I don't care. Can you leave?
But like.
You're making me really uncomfortable. Okay, Annie, get in. Annie, get in. Annie, get in. Annie, get in the fucking car.
On the window. Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, at this point, if I'm these people, I'm calling the cops.
Like, first of all, they stayed talking to this man way too long. I would have immediately got into the vehicle, hightailed it out of there. So that was way too long. And even, said that he bought them a drink and all that stuff. I don't know why you're accepting a drink. Maybe, and because that kind of sometimes give the wrong idea to guys. So you got to be so careful. But that right there, it could have got dangerous. If that guy who is already drunk and not in the right mental space as obviously, why are you there talking to him for so long? Like, that made no sense. That was way too long. That is scary. Right there at the window, that is scary. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. But let's move on. Now, here is a representation of how some women feel sometimes when they give you numbers even if they don't really want to, because of the fear of their life.
And a little secret, getting my number is not a flex. I'm simply just trying not to get shot over 10 digits. Sincerely, women everywhere.
So she's saying that because, and I've heard this from a lot of women, where they can be quite persistent when asking for your number and all that stuff. Like, there was some times where you could give a fake number and go about your way, or they had like a rejection number one time and go about your way. But now they have men who even like, oh, let me call it on the spot to make sure you gave me the right number. Like, that could be so scary sometimes, because if you are not really interested, but you don't know what type of man approached you, you don't know. There are good men out there, but then there are also those crazies. So it's unfortunate. So, like, she's like, okay, I can give you my number, but don't think that you got, it's anything, because I'm just trying to stay alive. So I actually have this stitch where a lady explains no meaning no. Why no doesn't always mean no to some men.
Why can't y'all take no for an answer?
Because a woman's no means absolutely nothing to some men. Some men do not see women as human beings with autonomy. They see them as objects that they need to conquer. Some men see a woman's no as an obstacle, something that they have to climb every mountain, forge every stream, follow every rainbow until they say yes. And that's not how women work. Wearing a woman down until she says yes is a tale as old as time. It's a popular trope in so many movies. Like in Revenge of the Nerds, Lewis wants to date Betty Childs, the cheerleader. She says no. A lot of stuff happens, and he ends up taking her boyfriend's costume, dressing up as him, so he gets it on with her in the funhouse. That's straight up assault, but it's played up for laughs. It's just the entitlement for me. So many men are raised to believe that if a girl says no, they have to do everything they can to make her say yes. We teach our sons to shoot their shot when there's a pretty girl they want to go out with, but we don't teach them about how to handle rejection. Seriously, a lot of boys need to know at an early age that no means no. And also, just because one girl said no to them doesn't mean that all girls are inherently evil. There are dudes walking around here mad because a girl in the 8th grade said no to them, so that gives them a license to hate all women. Rejection hurts. It sucks, but it's a part of life. If you expect women to move on when you reject them, certainly you can move on when another woman says no to you. Guys clearly know what no means, but it just has more weight when another man says it to them.
And that was that. But I did like what she said, where we have to teach our children how to take rejection. I say this multiple times on this platform. I am a preschool teacher, and the reaction of some children, which is typical, they're children, they're still learning, but when they hear the word no, when they're told no, the amount of adults that acquiesce to them so they do not react to the word no. We have to start teaching our children from young how to take rejection, because rejection is something that comes in life. So we have to know how to react to this rejection. And then here are some pictures of some women who were unalived because of rejection. Here we go. This is Tiara Puyo. I don't know how to pronounce this, Poyau, but this is Tiara Puyo, who was 22 years old. 22. She was a college student who was pow-powed in the face at blank range by a man she rejected after he began dancing on her during the annual Juve Festival in Brooklyn, New York. 22. And this is Janice Talton Jackson. She was 29 years old. She was fatally pow-powed by a stranger from a local bar after she repeatedly rejected sexual advances in Pittsburgh. 29. This is Mary Spears, 27. And in Detroit, she was pow-powed fatally by a stranger after refusing to give him her phone number. She refused to give him her phone number. 27. This is Jamia Janae Harris, 23. From Alabama. She refused to flirt with an Alabama basketball star. 23. This is Samaya Spain, 19. That's the youngest one yet in the ones I presented today. 19. Her and her twin sister were stabbed in Brooklyn, New York, resulting in her losing her life. And this is Nicole Hammond, 28, who rejected advances with many text messages where she indicated she did not want to be touched or manipulated. She spent the previous month rejecting his previous advances. 28. Healthy minds know that we need each other in this world. And where we are now is not where it's supposed to be. For those women who say, we don't need a man, we don't need a man, there is a balance that needs to be had from both sides that is messing with the flow. Where we have so many women who are feeling so unprotected. And women feeling unprotected, women saying they don't need a man, they're good on their own, that's it. Or men saying that because women say that, that's it, they don't need to protect them, they want to get home to their families. And, you know, I understand the viewpoint with the world that we live in now with certain people when they say that. But we also have to think about that no still has to be no at some point. Respect still needs to be given at some point. Like common respect, common decency. Like being in someone's personal space, touching someone, all of that. Like rejection does not feel good. But those feelings can eventually pass. Rejection is a part of life. And we have to learn to navigate our feelings when we are met with it. My condolences to all the families of the young ladies who lost their life. It's just really sad that it comes down to that sometimes. Like, what do you do? Because these were young ladies. What do you do if they did not want to be approached? Or I mean, people will approach, but if they're saying that they're not interested, why does it have to be that their life is in jeopardy? It's just unfortunate. It's supposed to be. It's unfortunate. You shouldn't have to think that because you didn't want to give your number to someone that you have a possibility of losing your life. I don't know. I'm not going to do a mindful moment today, but if you do want to share something on this video, please feel free. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Please, y'all. Until the next one.